Talizora really isn't the friendliest doe on the planet, and she's never going to be my friend, but I can try and tame her up a little bit with a carrot here and there. Hello and welcome to Brimwood Farm and a brand new year. Cannot believe it has come around so quickly, and of course this is the year when big things are happening here at Brimwood Farm. This video isn't about that, but if you want to catch up on all the latest projects and the farming side of Brimwood Farm, then there is a link here, and that is a link to our playlist of all the projects we've been undertaking over the past few years. So feel free and go ahead and watch those so you can catch up with things like the wildflower meadow, the woodland, the pond restoration and things like that. But today we're going to think about, or I'm going to say, 3 things that I'm taking on board this year to help my farm grow. So number 1 is to get that business hat on. I think that if you're running a smallholding or a farm, ideally you want to do it full time. You don't want to have to go off and work as well, because that kind of defeats the point of moving somewhere and raising all this livestock. You want to be able to make your living from your land in a self-sufficient way. So this year is all about really thinking about our future farm as a business rather than just as a hobby. Here very much it has been a hobby. I do sell eggs, I do sell some plants, I do sell a few pullets and quail chicks and things here and there, but it's not anywhere near enough to make ends meet. Going forward, when we move to the farm, I really need to crack down and think of things as a business. And there's many aspects of that, including working out the exact costs of everything. So every time I buy in food, working out how much it costs to rear a rabbit, how much it costs to rear a chicken or a quail, or a pheasant that I'm going to sell for ornamental purposes. And another aspect of that is sometimes doing things that I don't necessarily want to do to pay for the stuff that I do want to do. So for example, conservation. We are very much working one with the environment at Brimwood Farm, and we want to do quite a lot of conservation work, but conservation work does not pay. So we're going to have to make money in other aspects of the business so that we can then draw money across to pay for our boxes and woodland. And for example, Sard wants to do some vulture conservation, but that's expensive to set up all of the aviaries and buy the vultures, and so he's going to be working hard on birds of prey and the pheasant ornamental pheasantry to make money in those businesses to pay for what he really cares about. So really drill down into costs and think about, right, I'm keeping quail, but are they making me money? And do I need to keep quail as a hobby, or do I need to change some aspect of keeping quail to make it a business? Maybe cutting down on the amount you have, maybe increasing the price of the eggs you're selling, maybe changing their feed so you feed them something different that doesn't cost so much. So it's really important when you're thinking about business, not just having all these business ideas and sort of different income streams, but working out whether actually they're going to work as a business or whether you kind of need to put them on one side, say, yes, I want to do that, but I'm going to do that as a hobby. I'm going to concentrate on something else to make some money. Number 2 is to step outside your comfort zone. Now we hear this all the time, that stepping outside your comfort zone is the way for personal growth, but I wonder how many of us actually take it on board and do it. I know that I don't. I am very comfortable in my comfort zone and I do not like to change it, and when I do I start to get anxiety. You'll have seen from this channel that I'm constantly talking about when we're going to move to the farm and how great it's going to be, but I need to let you in a little secret. I am terrified. So my family and I have worked really hard to get where we are. We've both got relatively good jobs, we've put our money into a house, and we're comfortable. So what are we doing? We're both leaving our jobs, we are selling our house, and because of logistics, actually not even moving onto the farm and moving into rented accommodation, and we are setting up brand new businesses from scratch that we don't really know how they're going to go. That is so scary. It's very exciting, but it's really scary. So this year I am definitely jumping out of my comfort zone, and even if you're on your farm already or you're smallholding, I really encourage you to also jump out of your comfort zone, whether that is offering a new product for sale, going into a brand new area. Maybe you've only ever grown veggies, maybe you want to move into livestock, or vice versa. Maybe you want to start doing farmers markets for the first time. Again, you might think I'm great with people, but I am very nervous around people and large groups of people. So public speaking, things like actually going and hosting a market farm stall at a farmer's market every week. Those things are super scary to me, but we do have to do them. We do have to do them for personal growth and for business growth. So let's do them together. Number 3, asking people for help. I really am my own worst enemy when it comes to asking other people for help. And I don't know about you, but even things like before I could drive, when I needed a lift, I would go miles out of my way on public transport rather than just ask somebody for a lift. But when it comes to business, business is hard, and small businesses is even harder, and we have to use our local community and friends and family if we are to survive, because a lot of business these days revolves around word of mouth and kind of spreading the positivity through word of mouth rather than trying to compete with those large enterprises. So this year, if I only have one resolution, it is to ask for more help. Probably not financially, but in terms of just doing work stuff, getting fences up, helping logistics of moving and things like that. And that actually brings me onto the farm as well. So I did put out a little post earlier, November, December, on the Facebook group, and I asked you guys if you would like to volunteer at Brimwood Farm over the future years, and there was a really positive response. So please, over the next year, please look out. I will be opening up volunteer slots for people in the UK to come across and work with us on the farm, and then in the future we'll actually be running proper workshops. But to start with, we'll just do volunteer posts and see how it goes. So I hope you guys can get involved, and make sure on your own small holding, your own farm, if you need help, just ask, because actually people are very willing to give it, even if we don't think they are or don't want to ask in the first place. So I don't really do resolutions, but I did want to get some mindset changes to help me in the year ahead, and I hope they will help you on your in your gardening, your smallholding, your farming endeavours. So remember to get that business hat on, drill down to the numbers, and think about it as a business if you want to make a living from it. Try and get out of your comfort zone. I know it is hard and I hate it, but just try and push yourself a little bit, even if it's just the tiniest thing at a time, just to push yourself and see your business grow. And then third, make sure you ask for help, because you'll be surprised how many people are actually willing to come and help if you just ask them. I'd love to know what you're planning for this coming year, whether it's trying to make your business better or just buying a ton of fabulous new plants. So let me and everyone else know in the comments below. If you've enjoyed the video, please hit that thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe as well if you want to follow this year's progress, because a lot is going to be happening. If you're over on Facebook, come and join us at Brimwood Farm's community group. But for now, I shall say goodbye. Bye-bye.